Welcome back to the Mad Ads department.
We're
We
back.
have been dealing with a lot this week. Luke is in San Francisco.
I am.
He's been going to conferences and we've been messing around with dates and stuff like that, but we're back and we've got a lot to cover. It's been kind of a slow last week, but there's a lot coming up. There's some things we missed that I want to talk about. But first, Luke, how we doing, bro?
Bro, I'm doing well. We'll go into the details of the Meta's Performance Marketing Summit, and I'll kind of break down things that I saw that was interesting and kind of like echo some conversations I had and what the themes were. But mate, honestly, great to be here. And I'm loving San Francisco. What a place. The weather's insane. I mean, there's no rain. I haven't seen rain for nearly 2 weeks, and it's confusing me.
Yeah, when you come to the States.
Well, like, this is what I mean, man. Like, I'm confused. Because usually at this point, it would be like, I don't know, it'd be soaking wet. I'd be annoyed about something. But anyway, I'm super pumped and I'm excited to kind of go into the weeds. With some
Well, dude,
campaigns and some reports and things. So yeah.
you've been at the Meta Performance Marketing Summit, so let's start with the industry news here. Like, what do you've got? What do you got for us?
Okay, so essentially what I've seen, and I think I'll break this down into like my viewpoints, is right now there's a massive focus on kind of like the signal that you're sending, and the data quality that you send to Meta in the ads you make, right? And I think what's clear is like the full customer journey and how they're tracking it on platform is like so important. And I think what's clear to me is there's a lot of brands that I spoke to are moving away from like data driven, so like knowing what to do, and it's more insight driven. It's like understanding why and how. So that was something that I thought was really interesting. There's a massive, massive push for partnership ads. I mean, I was blown away. And I think Meta are making a big bet, and they believe that the future of advertising is like, especially in video, maybe not as much in static in the sense of like this format, but it's like creators will make organic content, and then companies will put paid behind it, and then and go from there. I think what's really clear is that what Meta want to do is they want to improve the experience of the platform. And with all these ads being launched, they're conscious that could be a problem going forward. But yeah, so Meta is doubling down on affiliate tools, shoppable reels, and they're really making kind of like creator-led selling a core channel. So yeah, and I think what's clear as well, and I think the reason why this is becoming more important is I think for the first time ever for a while, Meta are getting better with their models to actually prove the ROI of these creative partnerships. That was kind of my feeling. And then brands, there were some interesting conversations around brands. I think what I was getting from the people I spoke to and the mindset is like brand investment, this performance results, and then performance data justifies the continuing brand spend, if that makes sense. They feed each other. So it's not the other way. So it's like this continuous loop, right? So yeah, so I think for me, big takeaway, think more full funnel and don't just optimize for bottom of funnel. Be more top of funnel. And that's why we love out of home ads, right? It's a great
I love
example.
out of home ads.
But yeah, that was kind of my takeaways. Met some cool people. I got to watch a live episode of the Operators podcast being filmed, which was nuts. One of my
They
favorite
got the
podcasts
wrong
to listen
people
to.
there. Like, we're supposed to be there.
Yeah, I know. I said so. There must be a mistake going. Anyway,
Yeah,
they
they didn't
ignored
hit
that
up the
one.
right people to do this.
I was trying to explain that. But yeah, really cool people. It was in San Jose in California, the event. Big up to Meta. The food was great, by the way. But yeah, anyway, that's been my massive update. What about you, Carson? Any huge updates that have fascinated you?
Dude, there's a lot. There's a lot going on right now. We've got quite the week to cover of launches and such. Like, let's kind of take a look here. So Minted and Saucony are launching their I think this is like their third or fourth collab with Saucony, and they did a campaign for it. So we can 36 seconds, we can take a look at it. This is just kind of to promote the shoe. Let me know if you can hear it, Luke. Give me a thumbs up.
Yeah, of course.
The
Mate,
shoes
tell
are
me more.
sick.
Shoes are sick, but like, what's your first feeling when you saw that video? What was your immediate feeling?
Media feeling was this is going to be fast. Like, there's some speed about to go down. Maybe it's just because of the traffic light. What was your first feeling?
Do you think the big boys will be, we know the brands we talk about. Do you think they'll be nervous about this, or what do you think their views will be?
I don't know if Minted is big enough. Minted and Saucony are big enough. Well, I shouldn't say Saucony, but I don't know if Minted is big enough yet to where like other brands are super worried about it at the moment. And that's not to say that Minted is not legit because I know Marcus and they're an awesome company and great guys. Right now, I think like for them, they're capturing a very interesting part of the market. Like I think a lot of people our age to like early 30s are very big Minted fans, and I think moving towards the future, like they're going to pose a very big threat because they care so much about like the product and the people, whereas everybody else is like, what can we do to make a profit? And they love to like tell a story. Like there's intention behind everything there. I think that was like a cool promo campaign. Like I don't think it told a story like some of their other promotions have, but I think
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
it's a cool way to just promo it, right?
Yeah, but it's an interesting thing though. It's like I wonder what the broader strategy will be. Will it be they've taken that big kind of like that very hi-fi production video, and you think they'll have like an army of clippers in the background, or do you not think that's how Minted roll? Do you think they roll
No,
in a very different way?
that's not how they roll.
Okay.
For them, it'll just be like they'll post on all of their stuff. Saucony will post. I mean, they're gonna sell out in a couple minutes, honestly.
Yeah, yeah. But
That
what do you know?
wouldn't
What channels? Is it what Instagram, TikTok, X, or is
everything.
it like
Yeah,
everything?
it's
Okay, nice.
everything. Yeah, TikTok, Instagram, X, they're kinda big on everything.
Okay, nice. Okay, interesting. Okay,
So,
okay, cool.
another one I've got for you is
I love you're the man. Honestly, I love the fact you just keep coming back with more. Keep going.
I've
I'm here. Let's
I've
go.
always got more. I've always got more. So we actually missed this a couple weeks ago, but Conor McGregor is launching Mac Energy, which is an energy drink with ketone salts. So if you don't know, Ketone IQ is a like the primary category player for this for ketones. Ketones your body naturally produces. It's what happens when you go into ketosis. It's why you feel focused. It's why you get energy. It's why you don't crash, whatever. But they're launching this as like an energy drink product. And I was talking with Michael, the founder of Ketone IQ, and he was like, ketone salts are great, but you can only have like 2 to 5 grams or something like that of ketone salts, or else you'll like start to shit yourself. So very
Come on,
interesting that they're launching that. They have a promo video too. We can watch this again.
let's
It's a
watch it.
minute, so we might cut it short, but it's here we go. So Conor McGregor posted this. All right, out of the gate, I've got one big thing to say. The script was 100% written by fucking ChatGPT.
Mate, honestly, it gives me Claude vibes. But Claude's a good
It
one. So
was
I mean,
it was 100% written from top to bottom by AI. Like no question about it.
I mean, I just it breaks my mind. It's like, is that laziness or is that just like being efficient? But it's like when you're doing a campaign, wouldn't that be the time where you wouldn't do an AI script, right? I mean, that's kind of what blew my mind a little bit from that perspective, you know?
I wonder if I haven't even checked the comments. I wonder if the comments said anything.
What comments just getting smoked?
If like it says anything about like the writing was AI or anything. I don't know if it does, but no, I don't see anything off the top. But it
But I mean,
sounded to me like it was written by AI. Just
I mean,
very generic. Didn't make me feel anything. Like nothing crazy.
honestly, I feel you. Like I just it's a classic thing, right? It's like this is what I mean. Like AI is fantastic for a lot of things, but like I think in script writing, there needs to be a sense of is this actually drawing an emotion, right? You know, if you look at some of the best UGC programs, it's like it's very clear that every script or every like brief, there's a clear emotion we're trying to provoke, and we just go after it, right? I think it's so easy in this world to just like kill our own thinking and just be like, you know, how can we just like how can I hack an answer really quickly? And then you see the consequences where you just have stuff like that where, you know, fundamentally how much emotions are actually provoked in that. I don't think much, unfortunately. No, that was disappointing actually. I was expecting a bit more, actually, you know? Weren't you?
Yeah, it was so mid tier.
That's
I
so
I
mid-tier.
just don't think there was substance to it.
No. But
He was
like
just talking
I
about
mean
like
look,
the energy drink, but because it's Conor McGregor, it's gonna do numbers. You
well, it's
know,
like that, but that's the thing, you know, why if you look at consumer brands, why do they why do so many of them start with like a big celebrity, right? The celebrity builds the trust, they build that, they build the visual proof, right? It's just like social proof
The
balancing.
only
I mean,
the
look,
only problem
yeah,
is, and this is where I wanna lead into next if as well, if you've got something else, you go ahead and take the reins, but that's another thing is, like, it can only get you so far.
true. I mean,
It can only get
the
you so far.
like, I think what's an interesting example of this at scale, well, not at scale, but like a big, big kind of like legacy company. I mean, I'll show you this now. It actually came out last week, but I think there's a lot of learnings to be had. I want to just share is my screen sharing? No, let me 1 second. So, for example, it's got launched. Can you see it? Yeah.
Yeah.
So this happened last week, but I think it's a really good lesson to be had. So Expedia basically teamed up with iShowSpeed to push like Gen Z travel. And as we know, iShowSpeed way back, he used to do a lot of like these live streams around the world. And these like different cities. I think this is a really smart partnership for Expedia because it amplifies what iShowSpeed was doing anyway. Um, but yeah, I mean, this was something that I think will be an interesting kind of like long tail and see how Expedia do. But clearly, there is a
I
push
think
to try and get Gen Z.
this is a cool partnership.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm nothing against
Yeah,
it. I think that this would be
yeah.
very exciting. I mean,
They
yeah,
should have named the campaign X Speed IA.
yeah, you. I like it.
That's what the
I like
campaign
it.
should. This is good. Like it's very congruent for them. Expedia gets to uh, be more with the Gen Z crowd. Like I think this is a great play. Good fun too, Luke.
But the question I'd have is, I mean, look, for example, this was the Expedia post. It got 1.3K likes. So I think I don't know. Like, I'm very bullish on this, but I'm also think there could be some interesting learnings from a big brand playing this because like this is going to cost
This
them a
is
hell of a lot of money.
yeah. It's also I wonder how it also will do from like just their brand side, but also Speed side. Like if Speed decides to promote it and do it like, part of the campaign, I wonder what like if you take the exact same thing and you just change the distribution, how would it change everything else?
True, 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 true. But I think the interesting thing for me right now is like, I think it's like, I think again, it's a clever partnership, right? And this is what I'd recommend for brands. You work with macro creators. It's they look at their brand, so you look at Expedia and you say, what story can we tell? And I think they've given iShowSpeed a challenge of like 4 countries in 1 day or something using Expedia or something wild like that.
Jeez.
So that's what I mean, right? So it's like building that, and then again, I can imagine he'll be booking the flights and the
Yeah.
hotels through Expedia, right? Shock horror.
Or they'll be
But that,
booking it.
yeah, 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 yeah. I mean,
Well,
all I can say, that would be expensive.
this is a good segue because I think this is a good campaign, and I think campaigns are the way to go when you're talking about influencers and celebrities. The problem now becomes all of these freaking celebrity and influencer brands. I say with quotes because I don't consider them that legit. And these trends that are just crashing brands. And like, it's so stupid. The trend thing is something I want to hop on first, right? Like, this is Buffalo Wild Wings today posting this, and it's Drake's Iceman glove from his album, and it says Wingman, and it's like part of it. Like I guess it's supposed to be like on the trend for the Iceman album. Like why? There's nothing that has to do with Buffalo Wild Wings. I get it. You're trying to like insert your brand into or Drake's Iceman into what Buffalo like Wingman like. Problem is nobody really gives a shit.
Yeah.
It's to me, it's just like, how many likes can we get? How many likes?
I think what's really interesting from like content perspective is like I always say to people when you look at content, you have to have this kind of lens of okay, what is the GPT? What is actually the gross profit transaction of this content? And I know content's a fuzzy attribution, and I get that. But like you've got to think to yourself, like, would this lead to a conversion event? Like, is this going to make someone want to convert? Right? Like we look at the
Is it
minted
gonna make
video.
someone is it gonna make someone like actually have an affinity for our brand?
Yeah, precisely.
Because I think the answer for both is no.
Agreed. Agreed.
And
Agreed.
this leads me into my next thing of this absolute atrocious bulldog of celebrities making brands and not having like any relevance to the situation. Like Summer Rae launching a Spike Shirley Temple brand. Come on. Like it's just all slop. and they're advertising all of these things with, like, just the fact that a celebrity is starting a brand. No one cares that a celebrity is writing or making a starting a brand except for their, like, core audience, and then once they realize the product is shit and there is no actual brand, they're gonna churn. Like, it takes a lot to actually start a brand that people care about, and this is why I think, like, faceless brands are very big and why they stand the test of time, because if you put all of your stock into one person, that's the key man risk. Once they're gone or once they fizzle out, once they do something, it just there's just a downturn.
But do you? But so to kind of counter that, do you think like? I mean, there must. I mean, we've seen the examples. Like, look at Dwayne Rock Johnson with his tequila, right? Like that did really well.
But he's
You know,
also not the key man of the tequila. Like, yes, he's a co-founder, and yes, Kendall Jenner, I think hers is 818, and George Clooney for Casamigos, like, and Ryan Reynolds for Aviation Gin, like, you understand these guys are co-founders. I doubt they're actually co-founders, they probably just got equity in the company to, like, say, "Hey," like, you'll say you're a co-founder, whatever.
yeah, yeah, fine.
But for the most part, like, they're not those specific examples. You don't really see the founder at the face of the business, right?
But what
Like,
about?
other
But
than
but then
aviation.
like, look at Bureau, right, with Tom Holland, right? That to me is a brand where I think, well, it's clear. I mean, again, we're not behind the
That
scenes,
it
but
makes
it looks
sense.
like it makes sense, but also looks like he's actually very involved in it more
Yeah,
than, in my
and I
opinion.
think the mission carries the brand there, and his mission carries the brand as well. Like, it's that is a brand where everything's congruent and it can work.
Yeah, I give you that.
There's too much slop shit being
Mm.
advertised for these celebrities and influencers.
Yeah, I mean,
Way
it's a
too much,
problem. It's a problem.
and I think it just dilutes everything. This is why I think, like, just because you can doesn't mean you should. And I think a lot of celebrities are like, "Oh, I can and I should." No, you shouldn't. Just stick to whatever you're doing, please, because most of you are not like the right people to do this.
Yeah, I agree. I think, but then also you got to think about for most of these celebrities, they're getting probably their agents in their ear saying, make this brand, do this for this. This will keep you relevant. So I always have that
That's
conscious on
it.
them. I get they're getting right, but it's money. For them, attention's
The
money,
money
and it's
grab.
just how do you? Well, yeah.
So,
I think a lot of the time, yeah. But
what
yeah,
else you got? Are we moving into campaigns? You got any more news for me? Like, what's up? What do we got here?
I mean, other things like Instagram they're testing like essentially you can tag whether you've used AI in it or
Really?
not, and they're testing whether people will do it. Um, I mean, look, you can basically get on Instagram, and I think within what 50 swipes, you'll see an AI UGC creator.
I'm
You know,
sure.
so like, would they tag it? I don't know. I think the only reason why if I was them, why would I tag it? Would it tank performance? If it tanks performance, you're not going to tag it. So I think there's some pros and cons to that. But I think yeah, that's something that I've noticed. Any other updates on my end? I mean, more kind of like the big one really would be actually what Netflix are up to. Netflix they are hungry. They are again shock horror. Netflix are hungry. They are flexing their new capabilities, and they are basically showing new tools and capabilities for the partnerships, buying and like measuring outcomes for their ad campaigns. So clearly, when not TikTok, sorry, when Netflix offered their like lowest priced offer where there'll be ads on the platform, I think they're getting more savvy because I know that what's a company called Hulu are very good at this. So I think Netflix are following suit, right? To allow brands to do more like programmatic buying. But yeah, I mean, I don't know what your views are on Netflix and their ads on the platform. I mean, are there any feelings, or is it just like we know they exist, move
I've
on?
never seen ads on Netflix. I don't think we have the lower tier for that.
Yeah. Do you know?
But
Not in the US?
Hulu does a good job with their CTV stuff. My biggest complaint for them is they spam the shit out of you with the same ads, and it's really annoying.
Yeah, but I think okay. I think the thing is right. Back in the day, if you look at like TV advertising, it cost an arm and a leg, and now we're getting to a point where you can essentially advertise on a TV,
$100 a day.
literally.
You can go to
So,
vibe.co and literally put in $100 a day and get a good CTV campaign.
so there's like there's so many layers to this game, quote unquote. You know. So, but yes. Anyway, Carson, tell me what campaigns have got you intrigued.
Dude, I have been very intrigued by a few campaigns. So one of them, this one is an interesting play. I think it's a cool concept. Not my favorite campaign that I'm gonna present here, but I think it's pretty interesting and like very interactive. Is Miller Lite putting 12 packs and soccer balls as a part of the World Cup campaign. So this is like a
Of course they
pretty
are.
nifty
Of course they are.
invention and something like you could pass this around the room when you're going to hang out with your boys and watch the soccer games for the World Cup and all this stuff. But like, I think it's
Can you buy
pretty
it?
like I think it's cool.
Can you buy it? The ball?
Let's see. Created in partnership with Mischief, Miller Time is on US is a social forward extension of the legendary Moments Start with a Light brand platform. It includes influencer partnerships, consumer promotion, and the limited edition Miller Time MVP Match Ball. So it's 1.5 times larger than a regulation ball and holds 12 cans of beer. So I assume people can buy it. Limited edition stuff, they can buy it.
But would you? But the question I have for you then is, would you buy that?
I'm not a big soccer guy, so probably not. But I think if you are like a big World Cup fan, and I think if you like Miller Lite, I think that's a cool buy. Like I think that's pretty nifty
Yep. Nifty, nifty.
if you can get your hands on it. So I think it's like a more of a cool like social play.
Yeah, I mean, it's like I think it's something like Liquid Death Play, right, where they do really good partnership, like limited edition runs as part of their marketing, right? I mean,
Well,
it's
and
a smart
yes, and
play.
I think the big thing for this is like if you could I haven't checked out their socials for it, but I think if you can create it a campaign or a couple videos just showing that like the Miller Lite with like the soccer ball is more about the shareability and like you can pass it around the room to your buddies and they can pull a beer out and pass it to another buddy. Like that's cool. I think that'd
Yeah,
be a good way to do it. Like
yeah,
increase
no,
the
I agree.
shareability of by using shareability of the product.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just very I'm very companies that do this, even though maybe not everyone will buy it. The ones that do buy it, there's great like customer sentiment on that. And it's something unique, right, and novel. And novelty is a big reason why people purchase stuff. That's why limited edition runs are so important, right?
Yep, that's it.
But yeah, I've got, is that all your campaigns that you've got today?
I've got one more. Do you have one?
I have two. So do you want me to fire one in here?
Perfect. You go. You go. I've got another
So
one.
we know that Gen Z can't commit to relationships. So Hinge have decided to essentially say that's okay. Hinge is, Hinge is exploring the emotional reality of modern dating, and it's a really beautiful campaign. And essentially, what they're saying, it's funny we met on Hinge. And I think it's a beautiful insight to admit that the Gen Z do admit that meeting on Hinge is a bit cringe. But I think it's a beautiful campaign. I'm very excited to see how this does for them. Um, I think what they've done really beautifully is they've got these like really great. They're doing it in like 2 chapters, and I think there's some really lovely through lines of the storytelling they want to do. My view on this is that, and what's a clear study coming out, I think, and I think great campaigns are built on an insight. I think there was a study that came out recently talking about how Gen Z are actually anti like hi-fi testimonial production stuff in a way, because they're so like skeptical to like marketing. So this is like a very much like ground roots, lo-fi, not overly produced, maybe a little bit in certain areas, but they're really just trying to like, show the rawness of dating. So this is their campaign. So I can't believe we met on Hinge. And yeah, so this is like, yeah, these little films, in the UK, in the US, and they're just talking about, and Australia as well, sorry, and how their paths met. So I think this is a really beautiful storytelling.
I like this. Hinge, in my opinion, has the best advertising as a dating platform overall. Like if we're talking just from top to bottom, longevity, the whole time they've been a company, I think they're probably like the best dating app advertisers of the whole entire bunch.
Yeah. No, I
And
agree. I
this is
agree.
a great. I think this is a great campaign. That was awesome. I didn't even know about that.
Yes, mate. Honestly, it was just like I just like I'm really fascinated by like I call them the core fundamentals of marketing of like niches that like really tap to emotion and dating's a massive one. And I'm always intrigued to see how they're approaching it. And I think it's a good lesson for a lot of brands to look at how dating apps are marketing because it gives you an insight of okay, what angles can we use for our supplement brand that could relate to this in a way? I don't know, etc., etc. So
I
yeah,
love it.
I thought that was quite a good thing to show. Anyway, what campaign have you got?
Dude, are you ready for this? This is
I
pretty
am.
I think this is a pretty cool campaign. Kraft Heinz's biggest portfolio campaign to date celebrates America 250. The United Tastes of America is rolling out for Memorial Day with cookout theme ads uniting brands like Kraft Heinz and Oscar Mayer. So this is basically, I'll show this together, but this is basically taking their portfolio of companies and making them like a united taste for the fourth and for America 250 and Memorial Day. So let's take a look at this. But I think this is a pretty cool campaign and very good job. I
I like it.
mean, that
I
fired
like
me
it.
up. That fired
I
me
mean,
up.
I'm not
That
American, so
tears
I mean,
coming
I'm
my
in
eyes.
America. I am in America,
So
but
I'm so
sorry.
touched.
I mean, I'm not American, so I don't know. I may not have any feeling to it,
We'll
but I
make
am
an
in
American
America.
out of you yet. We'll make an American out of you yet. Believe that.
I think that would. I think that would. I think a
I
lot of my
just think
friends
it's.
back
I
home
think
would
it's.
be. Yeah,
I think like the tongue in cheekness and like the togetherness of the campaign, like
yeah.
just bringing things together. It's like that's what America 250 is. It's bringing all of us together. We're at the and plus the name, dude. United Tastes of America. We're damn.
I can't be.
Kraft Heinz is on it. That was fire. Like I think the ad was like it did a good job of kind of presenting like a happy feeling. I don't think it's like one of those beautiful emotional storytelling ads, but don't think it needs to be.
Well, if you
And
are
I
a
think
target
it'll get
market
better.
and you're fired up, then I'm going to guess a lot of people that have seen that will be equally fired up. You know?
Yeah, hopefully they're fired up about the actual bringing together the products. I'm more fired up just about the name and the ads.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
What's the last one you're closing us out with here for the campaigns? Let's
Mate,
see a banger here.
I'm not gonna lie. If I shared my screen, it would be the exact same thing that you just showed, which is slightly awkward. So which was really annoying because I was like, as you showed it, I was like, God damn it, this guy's cooked. Is cooking hard, and I just But what I do have is a
Well, then that was
campaign.
our collective. We did that together.
Yes,
Then
yes,
we
fine.
did that
It's
together.
why I was. But what I do have is a campaign that launched 50 years ago, which I think should have actually come on last week's episode because it would probably been more. I think it would be more telling of where company has fallen from its graces and whether the ad would be
Boy,
ran today.
boy, I
Do
don't
you
know
want
what
to
to
guess
do.
this one? You have no idea. So
Wait,
this.
I like the guessing part.
Okay, fine.
So give me one. I get one hint. It can be anything, but just one hint. I think this is the fun part.
Running.
Nike.
Yeah, well played. Running indeed. But the copy is interesting because whether they'd have ran it at this marathon, or not marathon, but if they'd have run the same copy lines at Boston Marathon, or whether it'd been controversially taken down, is an interesting question. But this is the ad.
Oh,
Famous.
I love this ad.
There is no finish line.
Love this
Now,
ad.
you wonder if you ran that today, whether they'd say, actually, there is a finish line because whatever. But basically, this was the ad that they ran 50 years ago. Actually, I think Carson probably knows more about this ad than I do. But basically, it's a really beautiful message, in my opinion. And it kind of shows that my takeaway from it and how I feel about it is in the pursuit of greatness, there's no end point. There's just getting better. There's no end to getting better. It's a constant iteration of improvement. That's my feeling.
This ad has some of the most well-written, true to persona copywriting of all time. I mean, every single word and line in this is so like I have quite literally no notes on this entire ad from top to bottom. You don't even see the product in the picture, and it's unfreaking believable. Like,
Well, it's officially the best.
In my opinion, like not one of the most memorable ads of all time, but one of the most well executed and beautifully written of all time, hands down.
Agreed. I mean, my viewpoint is those are the best ads to look at for unaware. They don't mention the product. They mention the feeling that you get when you're using it, and that's like beautiful unaware campaigns, in my opinion.
That's it.
Well, I think the big one was from the Performance Marketing Summit, right? Run more partnership ads, test that. Look at building a small UGC program just to get some people into your pipeline. I think the winners for this, I think what I'm getting the feeling towards is like be really bullish on like not only onboarding these creators, getting them sold on the mission, but having great training programs to teach and educate them how to make better content. I think a lot of people, they have this like mass, they basically mass message 1,000 people, they get 100 people, they leave because there's no buy-in or whatever. You want to basically build buy-in by educating them, right? They make money when you make money. So you've got to actually make that relationship more like together than just like, here's a brief, go make this ad. It's like actually know what I think every great UGC person or every person that's partnership ads, you've got to treat them like their own marketing team in how they look at it. Because everyone has their ideal format. It's content market fit. Find it, execute, iterate. That's my feeling. That would be my big takeaways. Yeah. What about you, Carson? What would you say your takeaways are? Or big things that
Biggest
you've
thing
noticed?
for me is just stop following trends and make original content. Just like for the love of God, it's so simple to just not coattail ride everything and everyone. Just focus on yourself and think of something original to you and your brand. And then that's one. And the other thing is shift your focus to kind of goes in hand, but shift your focus to evergreen content and ads. Like you're searching for gold, you're not searching for silver, right?
Agreed.
Like try and find those golden opportunities and golden nuggets of content that are going to last like months and years long, not just a day.
Agreed.
So
Agreed. I think
that's
that's a
all I
beautiful way to end it. I think it's a beautiful way to end it, right?
think so too. Shorter
Man,
episode this week, but
short
I like
episode,
it.
but insightful as hell.
Insightful, though, as always.
But as always. But look, hey, it's been Luke, it's been Carson, and we'll see you next week as usual, yeah?
Thank you guys. Comment, like, subscribe, send this to anybody you know. We love you guys. Thanks for helping us out and grow this
See you next
thing.
week.
Peace.